The $50 tip for a rough day. It had been one of those days at the restaurant. It was a busy weekend evening, and we were short-staffed. Everyone was running around trying to keep up with orders, drinks, and constantly refilling bread baskets. My shift had started off rocky, and by the time the dinner rush hit, I was pretty much running on autopilot, just trying to survive the chaos. There was a table of four seated in my section, a middle-aged couple, and their two kids, who were polite and well-behaved. They seemed like a typical family, nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary. I did my best to keep their drinks full and make sure their meal was served just right, but with the stress mounting, I probably wasn't as cheerful or attentive as I normally would be. When it came time for them to pay, the dad, a man in his mid-40s, handed me his credit card and said, "You've had a tough night, haven't you?" I looked up, startled, because I didn't think I had been that obvious. Yeah, it's been one of those days," I admitted with a tired smile. He smiled back sympathetically. "I can tell. You're doing a great job, though." He smiled back sympathetically. "I can tell. You're doing a great job, though." I thanked him, figuring that was the end of it, but when I went to process the payment, I saw something that made my heart skip a beat. On the receipt was a 50 tip. Not 5, not 10, but 50. And there was a note written on the bottom, "Keep your chin up, you're doing great." I was floored. I'd had customers give decent tips before, but this was next level, especially considering how frazzled I'd been. I went back to their table to thank them, but by the time I reached it, they had already left. It wasn't the amount of money that shocked me, it was the kindness behind it. That random, unexpected gesture turned my whole day around. I'll never forget that family, and ever since then, I've tried to pay it forward whenever I can, just like they did for me. Sometimes, it's not the big gestures, but the small, thoughtful acts of kindness that can make all the difference.